Hello, this is Jay from Cucumber Shop, and what we're looking at are some different vegetables in the Cucurbita family, and we're just going to talk about seed saving and selection. So here we have Cucurbita pepo. I should say these are all in the cucurbit family. This is a Cucurbita pepo. Often people think of these as pumpkins. It's also the zucchini family, summer squash, things like that. Oftentimes smaller squash. Here we have a Cucumis angoria. This is a, people often refer to them as pickling, let me think, gherkins. There we go. Gherkins. They're often called gherkins, and they are from Africa. Here are some regular cucumbers. People think of them as regular cucumbers. This is Champion. It's an English style cucumber. So that is a Cucumis sativus. And here we have some Cucumis mellow. These are grown as cucumbers. And so we're just going to talk about how all these things differ. These are all Tondo di Mandoria. Here we have a Cretan cucumber, and here we have Tumen Krai from Indonesia. So, what I'll say here is you can grow this and this and this, and any of these will all cross because they're Cucumis mellow. But if you grow any of these next to that, or that, you can grow this, and this next to any one of these, and they won't cross. So, just so you know, Cucumis mellow does not cross with Cucumis sativus, even though they're both Cucumis. They're not the same species, so they won't cross. Sometimes interspecies can cross, but in this case, it doesn't happen. So I'm gonna put this away and put these guys aside, and put these guys aside. Bye-bye. And I'm gonna talk about these guys. So, our Cucumis mellow. So imagine that you have, you're growing some Cucumis mellow. You don't know what it is. You were told it was a cucumber, and you end up with this, let's see, one of these, and let's see, this, okay? So you end up with these four, okay? So then you say, I want a round cucumber. So just to let you know, a lot of these don't look like they normally would. All these have grown or matured, and they've changed color. So this one's light green before maturity, and this one is green with stripes. Here, I'll show you, kind of like that, except for darker. So these would be dark stripes with light. These are light green with dark splotching, kind of like that guy right there, but they've matured for seed. They've gotten soft. They're ready to be processed for seed. How do I know that? Because they slip from the vine. They just slip right off the vine when you just tug them a little, and they're ready and they smell very strong of melon in here. If you were with me, it'd be very strong of melon. So we'll get back to the topic here. So let's say I want to grow this out, and so in order to grow something out like this, then what I would do is I would say, I'm gonna just save the seed from this one female fruit, even though other things could have pollinated. And let's say the first generation, I saved seed from this fruit, and we're not gonna have things like this anymore, but maybe we'll have things like this, this, and this. And then let's say we still have a lot of each of these, and then I'm able to get out this trait. So now what we have is, this is the Tondo di Mandoria. It's a polymorphic variety, and it can take different shapes sometime, but most of the time we're gonna have a fruit that's light. So this is light green, no splotching. And then we got the one with splotching, light green with dark splotching. And here we've got some, yeah, this is light green, no splotching, and more cylindrical before it got all ripe. It was just a cylindrical fruit. So let's say I just want this light green, round with splotching. So then I save this. I save this, the seed of this one, and so we're into the next generation. Next generation, let's say we have a neighbor. Here's a neighboring plant with splotching, and another neighboring plant with splotching. And then we've got these two guys still around. So one thing that I do is I breed by proximity. And so let's see, here we go, there we go. So let's say I want to save this trait. Well, if I save seed from this one, it would be next to two that are like it. So I'm looking for which ones are alike of the fruit so that I can select for this trait. So I have two that are alike. So if I were to save seed from this, I would mark a 2 on there. Okay? If that makes sense, I don't know. Here, I'll bring in this 3. So I actually marked it with 3. And so what this means is that around this cucumber, there are 3 that are alike around this one. And so then there's a 3 there, if that makes sense. And then we have our off types over here. And then well, I'll take this guy out and then put in another one here. So this one's got splotching. You may not be able to see it, but it does. And here's a 4. And what this means is that I have 4 that are like it, that are light with dark splotching. I know these are ripe fruit, so you can't see it, but just imagine. And then you've got the off types out here that are only light. And then I have here, over here, I have a 6. So what this means is that we have our off types out there, and this one cucumber is surrounded by 6 of the same variety. Now, this may not sound like a big thing, but if you get seed of Tondo di Manduria from just about anywhere, it will have multiple variations in it, and it's very, very hard to get the nice texture, round fruit, light color, dark splotching of the classic Tondo di Manduria. So, and this also is a situation in which if you find a cucumber or melon, or maybe there's some other way you want to apply this knowledge in growing, in selecting for seed that I'm not telling you about, but you can apply it, because here we have surrounding it all these cucumbers, and this works because the bees are pollinating, and so from each direction I have a higher likelihood of having the type of fruit that I want. So this one has a higher likelihood of producing seed of the correct type than this does, because it's next to one that doesn't, or even a 4 or a 3. So just some things to think about as it goes with saving seed and selecting for fruit that will help you to get what you want. Additionally, it's good to have a good population of fruit to work with, and so that's why, I could self this plant, but with all these around here, I know that the variety itself, I grew 5 or 6 different varieties of the same Tondo Manduria, but this specific variety is probably going to give me more of this light with dark splotching than other varieties. So this will be my, if I want light with dark splotching, this will be my future starting seed. If you have any questions for me, just let me know. This is Jay from Cucumber Shop, and happy gardening.